since leaving university, the main way that I make my work now is more process based, and I think I'm more experimental with materiality, like all the different materials I'm using is kind of the main focus of my making at the moment. So I think that kind of shifts the focus of the work from the themes, so kind of surreal themes, onto like the actual texture and mark making. And I think that that's why it's got more of a kind of raw feeling about it.
So that's why you focus now more about the perception of
Yeah.
the work?
Yeah, definitely. So I think for me, the materials, I'm kind of experimenting with how different roughnesses of materials create different emotion. So it's more of an emotional response rather than trying to tell a specific story. It's more of just like a raw, creative and emotional process. Yeah, I think it's more that I'm about to move house and live by the sea, and I think that this is like quite a big change for me, and I'm thinking about the ocean all the time, and just it's so like wild and like I find it so inspiring, because it's again like that thing about like materiality and texture, and I think that the sea is such like an emotional, powerful thing. So when you look at the sea, it makes you feel so much, and I want my work to kind of be, when people look at it, it's kind of reflects their own emotion kind of back to them, if that makes sense. I just want it to kind of be kind of raw, like the sea. I just find it very inspiring right now. So I mostly do a lot of drawing before I pick one. So I often draw all of these compositions when I'm quite tired, and I like to do it when I'm really tired, because I feel like my guard is down a bit, and I just let all of this weird symbolism and all this imagery just kind of flows out more easily without judgment. Because I think if I sit there and I'm like, I'm going to plan a painting, I get really judgmental about why am I doing this, why am I doing that, you know. So I just do lots and lots of drawing when I'm a bit more tired.
Just makes it comes out smoothly.
Yeah, it just kind of comes out, and a lot of the stuff that comes out, it doesn't look very good. But then occasionally there's one and I'm like, that's a good one. That's the one that I'm gonna.
Just know that, that's it.
That's the one I'm gonna turn into a painting next. I think with my painting, I think about a lot of the objects in my head in kind of a sculptural way. Sometimes things are 3D, and it's quite hard to, like, I think of all the objects as like little sculptures, and I'm like arranging all these small sculptures in a painting. If that makes sense. So, and I just love like them using lots of different materials, because I feel it's important to make 3D things for me, because then I can use my brain in a 3D way to make painting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think that when I paint kind of these strange figures, then that allows me to then make sculpture.
Okay.
So I made this maybe 6 months ago, and at the time I wouldn't have been able to tell you what the piece was about. But with time, I can kind of reflect on, you know, how I was feeling and how I was thinking. And I think this painting is just I'm moving house, and I have all of this kind of, I want to stay, like I really want to stay at home and be comfortable, but then I also have this pull to like leave and try new things. And I'm always, you know, I don't know, it's all these like pushes and pulls of life, and there's like in it, it's got life and death, and then the water and the dryness and home and all the birds flying away.
So actually most of the elements are about living.
Yeah, it's all very like push and pull of
Yeah.
emotions, and just like the juxtapositions of, you know, different things that in everybody's life, and all these opposites, and how they kind of can flow, like all the differences between them, and how everything is connected, kind of, you know, like, yeah, it's... So that's my newest material experimentation, is combining wooden sculpture and painting.
Yes.
And just, yeah, I love the materiality, like using wood and cutting wood and working with wood is so satisfying, and it just brings me so much joy. But then I think, yeah, just combining that with painting makes it, I don't know, just really fun. And it also has this, I have a tendency when I just paint to make things quite, you know, more neat. And I think it's just a way to help me loosen up my painting as well. If I make it more sculptural with kind of rougher pieces of offcuts of wood and things, then it just, yeah, allows me to think in a new way and try new things, and say, it's all right if you think it's really weird and you don't understand what's going on, because I don't know if I understand what's going on either. I just want people to, if it just brings you any joy or thoughts, memories, anything, just that's all it's about, and it's not more intense than that. It's just
enjoy.
And just enjoy. Yeah. Or don't like it, that's fine. It's not for everyone, but yeah.